Hi, I'm with Joyce today. She's a team member at Farm and Home Supply, and we're at Frericks Garden. And if you didn't know, all our Farm and Home Supply stores receive all of their live plants from here. So we're just going to give you a little behind-the-scenes tour of everything they got going on and all of the processes that it takes to get their plants to our stores.
So right now we are in the perennial house, and these are gallon perennials. These are the ones that perennial means it will come back next year. So as you can see, they're started from slips or from root systems, and there's numerous different varieties in here. This is the house of quart perennials, the smaller size of perennials. So when you come to Farm and Home, everything is going to have a tag in it stating what it is, and it will tell you if it's a perennial or an annual. It's going to tell you on the tag if it's sun. So this plant will grow in full sun or part shade. And everything is explanatory on it. It's going to tell you on the back what zones it's hardy for. Zone 5 is the zone that we are in, so you always want to make sure zone 5, if it's 2 to 8, we're good, because at least zone 5 is in the middle there. Tells you the height on it and the spacing in between each plant. So you've got a lot of your questions answered just by reading the tags. They've gone to a different type container. They used to be round. Now they're oval because they're space savers. So these are all perennials that will eventually end up at Farm and Home. So what you're seeing now is the automatic seeder that they have just purchased. And this is helping cut down on the expense of people planting. It takes the place of 4 people planting. And once the seeder has planted everything, it goes down and goes through the watering system, and it's watered 3 times before it's put on a cart and taken down to the greenhouse. So what they do is they take those bags of dirt, go right here, they dump them here. They raise it with the forks, and then they just slit it with a knife, and they dump the dirt there. So that's all sterilized dirt. And they dump the dirt in the hopper, and then the hopper just feeds down. And those are all empty there, so they feed them down and it fills them up automatically for them. They can do flats and hanging baskets and big pots. These are the water tanks that house the water that they use, and at times they will put different chemicals in the water. But one thing they do is use a fertilizer in the water every time they water. Automatic watering systems. So that's what that is. That's automatic watering system. It's a heated floor, and there are water tubes underneath of it, and hot water goes through that to keep the floor heated. In the fall, this whole entire area will be hardy mums. And these are the racks that come to Farm and Home that they load up with all the different plants, and they come straight to Farm and Home off of these racks.
Okay, so Joyce, when did all of this begin here at Frericks?
Well, as the story goes, like you said, I'm an outlaw in this family. So it started back in the 1800s when John Frericks discovered gold in California and decided he didn't want to live in California, so he brought the gold here to Illinois and established the home place, which is still here on the property. And he became the banker of 12th Street. So when people needed a loan in the 1800s, he'd go back out to the backfield and dig up some gold, bring it in, and put a loan out to them. And then eventually John decided that he wanted to start being a farmer, and he started raising produce, and that's how Frericks was actually started, as a produce market. So they sold all kinds of produce, had strawberry fields, asparagus fields, potatoes, everything, and they would take loads to St. Louis to sell on the market, and that's how Frericks got started. And approximately 150 years later, this is where they are now, and into their 5th generation, with 120,000 square feet under roof.